Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And obviously, today we got an episode that it's already annoying me. I'm sure it's going to annoy some of you. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about that damn Nick Wright, man. I don't even. Oh, God. Yeah, Nick Wright is allowed to talk about basketball. Part of his job. And Nick Wright, to me, is one of these people that gives some of the most bizarre basketball takes that you're going to hear. Like, he has like this kind of obscure, obtuse way of kind of judging things. It's very, very strange. Very, very strange. Yesterday, on First Things First, they did their annual or their monthly, I think, top players in the NBA award. I think they do it weekly, every bi-weekly, whatever. And on this poll, they were talking about various players that I believe that Nick Wright ranked. And I think Chris Broussard and Wiles were reacting to his ranking. And Nick always has these kind of weird rankings, right? And then it got to one point where he now basically said that Kawhi Leonard is not a top 20 NBA player this season. And he tried to explain it. And when it got to Chris Broussard's turn to talk, Chris Broussard was basically going at Nick for basically having the nerve to say that Kawhi Leonard is a top 20 player. So what we want to do is we want to play the exchange between Chris and Kawhi. Chris and Nick Wright, and then we'll come back and react to it. So take a listen to what they had to say here.
Top 36 guys in the league. Karl Anthony Towns, you should be higher. Paolo, our only rookie on the pyramid. And then what's the problem?
Nothing. Keep going.
No. And then there's Kawhi.
Okay. So we're going to dig in on Kawhi, who is next to Paolo Banchero right now, bro. Two-time champion, two-time finals MVP.
It's not a legacy pyramid.
I am dying to address the Franz Wagner.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle are both better than Franz Wagner. They should have been mixed. All right. And Rudy Gobert, show the man a little respect. Rebounds matter. All right. He's getting 12 a game. All right. That's it. Kawhi. I get it, Nick. It's tough. It's tough to measure Kawhi because he didn't play last year. I get that. But they are 9-2 when he plays this year. Only 11 games. And 9-12 when he doesn't play.
So what?
And if Kawhi Leonard is healthy later in the season, heading to the playoffs, they are going to be a problem.
15 points again.
No, in December he's 20-8. Now that he started playing regular minutes, when he plays, he's 20 points, 8 rebounds,
20 points,
and even that he's still a top 20 player. He's still a top 20 player.
Okay, well then I'm very curious. We can reveal the next grouping of guys who you have Kawhi jumping over, because I'm guessing it's a lot of guys you're going to have Kawhi jumping over if you think he's still a top 20 player, because I do not. Seventh row, guys that I believe are winning players plus Kyrie Irving. And I might have Drew Holiday. I might have Drew Holiday too low, to be honest with you. And then sixth row. How deep is this league, guys? One of these guys, by definition, is not a top 20 player, because the sixth row are players 16 through 21 in some order. I wish Ant-Man, to be honest with you, had taken a bit more of a leap this year and was trying to push for that top 15, but he has not. So there it is, Wilds. Your players 16 through whatever that is.
All right, shout out to Jimmy Butler, but let's dig in on Kyrie. Your guy, bro, hit his first game winner
of his career.
It's
nice for Kyrie to finally be a person that can hit those shots.
Okay. But first of all, because you threw a little Kawhi in there. All right, you think you trapped me? Kawhi Leonard, when healthy, is better than all of those players.
Of course,
everyone
healthy.
Well, yeah. Well, hold on. I haven't seen Anthony Davis. I'm assuming Anthony Davis is high on the list. I mean, I'm just saying, we're not taking his injuries into account.
No.
But we're taking Kawhi. That's all I'm asking.
Kyrie.
All right, so Kyrie. Y'all want to mock Kyrie. Oh, he hit first game winning shot. He hit arguably
the second biggest shot in NBA history.
No, arguably the first.
Okay,
fine. You can argue about it. What Ray Allen shot? That was a game 6. This is game 7. Only 3-1 comeback ever.
Okay,
so stop it.
That's
Kyrie is clutch. We know that.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving.
Early second term.
Do you want my answer, or we going? I hear a little buzzing underneath me. All right, Kyrie's averaging 26 points a game. All right, he's not a point guard, so don't give me the 4.5 assists. Ben Simmons is their point guard. Kyrie, they are 11-3 since he came back from
what he come back
issue.
from? I forgot.
Well, no, nobody in their right mind would sit here and say there aren't issues off the court with Kyrie. But as a basketball player, and this might be a fairy tale, because for the last month he's been strictly basketball.
So you heard what they had to say. If you listen carefully to what Chris said, he said when Kawhi plays, he's 9-2. The Clippers are 9-2 when he plays. And Nick Wright said, so what? That statement basically encapsulates the essence of most people that think like Nick Wright. These people spend absolutely zero time factoring winning into their basketball analysis. They could care less for it. They're more focused on empty calories and stats that add up to absolutely nothing. They don't put any emphasis on winning whatsoever. It's like they totally disregard losing. It doesn't really matter. Kawhi Leonard is basically having a slow kind of restart to for playing with the Clippers, right? He started off the season and he's just not been himself. I think when he first started the first month, Kawhi Leonard was restricted, if I'm not mistaken, to 25 minutes a game. 25 minutes a game off of not playing, I believe, for pretty much a year and a half. So his numbers were obviously going to be very, very, they're going to be very, very low. And this is something that I myself on this channel, on this platform, have lamented. I've said that Kawhi hasn't looked like himself. In the month of November, in 3 games, only 3 games, Kawhi Leonard averaged 8.3 points per game. He shot 40% from the field. He shot 11.1% from the 3-point line. He shot 50% from the free throw line, and he was only getting you 2.3 rebounds and 4.3 assists. But in the month of in December, in 6 games, although it's not a lot, his minutes jumped up by 7 minutes. First month of the season in October, he was averaging 21 minutes a game. Next month, he was averaging 23. In December, now he's averaging 30 minutes a game. And what am I noticing? This month, he's now averaging 19.7 points. He's shooting 45.5% from the field, 28.6% from the 3. When last month he was shooting 11. He's shooting 71% from the free throw line. He's now getting you 7.8 rebounds, 3.2 assists, only 1.8 turnovers, and 1.2 steals. And you're seeing kind of a steady ramp up from him. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. Kawhi Leonard's plus minus for the Clippers this season, when he's on the floor, 7.5. 7.5. That's his plus minus. So when he's on the court, he's absolutely having a positive impact on games. And here's the final nail in the coffin that will totally annihilate this argument. He had players like, I think, Andre Ayton, if I'm not mistaken. He had players like, Drew Holiday. He had a bunch of different players ranked ahead of Kawhi Leonard. And actually, let me just pull up the list of players that he has. Ranked ahead of Kawhi Leonard. He has Kyrie Irving. He had Bradley Beal. He had Garland. He had Jaylen Brown. He had Paul George, Trae Young, James Harden, Halliburton, and Edwards. You have all of these players ahead of Kawhi. Fine. You think they're better than Kawhi? Fine. To that, I ask you this. Take Kawhi Leonard off the Clippers. These guys are better than him. Take him off the Clippers. Keep the team the exact way it is. Keep Paul George, right? These guys are better than him. Fine. Keep Paul George. Keep all of those guys. Replace Kawhi with Kyrie Irving, who he has ranked ahead of Kawhi Leonard. Are they a championship contender? Like or favorite? Replace Kawhi with Bradley Beal. Are they a championship contender? Replace Kawhi Leonard with Garland or Siakam. Are they a championship favorite? Replace him with DeMar DeRozan. Replace him with DeMar DeRozan. Replace him with Jaylen Brown. Are they championship contenders? Replace him with James Harden. No, they're not. So how could they be better than him? How? How could they be better than him? Chris Broussard's point was he's not playing well because of his injury and how they're ramping him up. You got to be out of your mind to think that Kawhi is not a top 10 player. You got to be out of your mind. And the simple way to solve it is replace him with whatever player you think is better than him on the Clippers and tell me, does that team have the chance to reach the NBA Finals? If they don't, then that player is not better than Kawhi. Period. End of story.